In days long ago, people would come to the drive-in to experience highs and lows, to laugh, or cry, or scream. Those days have passed us by, and all the drive-ins have long since closed their doors. Those great movies have been forgotten. But some films won't stay dead. We have a hair-raising lineup of films for you tonight. Do you like blood and gore? Or perhaps you're into cutting, slashing? Is cannibalism more your speed? Or maybe monsters and evil children get you going? Whatever your ghoulish pleasure, we have a film for you here at the horror show. So, buy a ticket. Tickets. Get something to eat. And join us at the Drive-In Horror Show. If you dare.
Alright, as you can see, that was a trailer for Drive-In Horror Show, which you can find on Amazon Prime if you have that, or I'm sure any APK has it. And this is for my... Whoa, hold up. Stop it. Get out of that. My YouTube's going all crazy. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, this is for the Thehorrorman'S Slashback Saturday. We had to pick a segment, and the story that I'm choosing from this one, as you can tell, it's a drive-in. There's different movies, and it's like a zombie guy that runs the show, and there was like a teenage axe victim. She works the concession, and they have like ghosts and come into a drive-in. I guess it's like kind of like an apocalyptic end of the world type of thing, so everybody's dead and they're all showing these horror movies. But anyway, the section that I'm going to do my review on, it's not going to be very long. I can't really talk too much about it because they're so short, but it was called The Meat Man. And what it's about is this kid Tommy tells his brother about there's this killer that's going around hacking people to pieces, basically eating them, taking parts of their body and wrapping them up in like shiny white butcher paper. So now he's kind of terrified that the Meat Man's going to come after him. So while they're home talking and watching wrestling, the younger brother brings up the Meat Man again, and Tommy tells him that he probably wouldn't even go after kids because there's not enough meat to eat. And the little brother, while he's watching wrestling, he wants to go ahead and get some paper to draw. So he goes to his father's desk, and he pulls out some like shiny white paper, and he's kind of freaking out. And he's telling Tommy, and he also saw some string on it with a little bit of blood on the end of the string, and he's thinking that maybe his dad is the Meat Man. And they start telling the story like, well, why would Dad be the Meat Man? He's our dad. He sells vacuum cleaners. He comes home and has dinner, tucks us in at night. There's no way that he can be the killer. And they're like, well, how is the blood there? And he's saying that maybe he tied in was tying up a package and cut it, and he accidentally cut himself in the string. And then they're saying, well, what if maybe he's out of town? And he sneaks in, and then they show different theories of how he goes in this woman's house and saying how he wouldn't use a gun to ruin the meat, and it's just showing him ways that he could have done it like coming home from a business trip. He tells the mom that he won't be home till really late in the early morning, so he goes off and hacks people up, and they're just having their theories of how he could be the meat man, and that also he loves cooking steaks, and he talks about how fresh meat is. Why is that? And then they have a theory how he would have to have a big old freezer, and so they go down. It's either in the garage, I believe it is, and the dad comes home, sees him there, and they're freaking out, and they're like, "We saw a leg," and he's like, "You mean a lamb leg?" And he shows them the freezer, and they mention the meat man, and he explains what happens, how there's blood, it's not really blood, and what was wrapped up in there, it was dirt for vacuum and all this stuff, and that he would have to punish them for going into the freezer. And then there's a little twist to the end. I won't really spoil it, but it reveals the truth, whether he is the meat man or not. And it is a horror anthology, so I'm sure you can figure out sort of what the twist is, but I won't really spoil the ending. I'll let you see it for yourself if you decide to watch it. So yeah, that's the little segment. I mean, it was like maybe less than 10 minutes, not even that, because it's a whole movie. I forget how long the movie is, but there's 5 stories, so they're pretty short. All right, that's my Slashback Saturday. If you haven't checked out The Horror Man, go ahead and do that. If you're new to my channel, don't forget Fright Friday reviews. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.